Good morning, everyone. It is warmer than yesterday. It's lucky to visit from the Philippines. I'm Jung, Principal Research in KIOST. Today I introduce the case of study of some underwater survey and some concept or related to these titles. As you know, Korean Peninsula surround the very different the water mass and the water current like this. Named Kuroshio from the south to the South Sea of Korea, and the cold water currents named North Korean currents from the north to the following the coastal of East Sea and meet here. And also in Yellow Sea, the huge what cold mass located here all year round. And this means we have a very hard to understanding our environment or fisheries resources in Korean waters. So this is one result from the MOMAF around the 10,000 species marine organisms living in Korean waters with 6,000 marine animals. In species, around more than 1,000 species in Korea with the this distribution, the largest high diversity shows in Southern Sea. This is some pictures. It is the east coast, the sand and the rock and sand and the lineary like this. And we have cold water species, salmon and cherry salmon, and deep water species and sand fishes around living in the around the 200 meters above. And also we different environments in the west coast. We have many big, large, huge constructs here, and disappeared around 40% of the shoreline in the west. But some fishery resources migrated from the spring to the north, like this, and came back again to the wintering ground. It is in late autumns, like croakers. And we have around 3,000 small islands in Korean Peninsula. And this is the south coast with a very small islands like rock and beautiful scenes like this. And they have many major fisheries species like sea breams and parrotfishes like this. And southern small, largest island, Jeju, is showed the tropical, subtropical environment like this, with sometimes with huge typhoons faced directly. And underwater scenes is very beautiful, complex to some temporal or tropical species like this. In 1992, I first dived these small islands. About 15% of fishes unrecorded in Korean. Because like this small tropical or subtropical species, it is very difficult to buy a fishes gear, and only one way underwater activities like netting or fishing, like this. Some of them I named the Korean name attached to their species, and from that early in the 90s until now, I monitored this area. So I case study I will show you. We have several MPA in Korean Peninsula, especially in very warm places here. The Jeju Island, they have the southern coast MPA. I studied here 2011, for 1 year by scuba diving. What is the best way for survey underwater ecosystem, and what is the best data for the next generations? And I want to fix some standard method for the long-term monitoring underwater, like this. In this island case, I fixed the survey station here, and I decided the route of underwater survey because of I and my teams limited the survey terms from the aging or some funds and something like that. But who next teams followed my route and then directly compared to the data and estimated some coastal ecosystem of Korea. It's named I'm Eco Maps. The seaweeds, there's some specialists. My team is the seaweed and invertebrates, and specialists from the corals and the fishes. Fishes might. And this is, for example, seaweed specialist drawing like that. In this area, this map shows some green edge to the brown edge and depth layer, the small and red edges like this. And invertebrates also detailed figures like this, urchins or barnacles and the softer corals, something like that. And this is the coral maps. In that area, coral colonies found like this, and specialists drawing their distribution patterns like this. Some species covered more than another species or another depth layer, you can see. And this is that time the distribution's eco map of coral, soft coral in Korea. And matched some species photos like this. And fishes also, I checklisted the list of the fishes and the stock size and the size and the species concepts in the underwater like this. I draw some distributions of this some each species. The red star marks is only distributed in this area. We don't found in Korean Peninsula, but we long monitoring. Some of them visited to the northern some coastal area, and then someday I expect that species, some of that species, tropical or subtropical fishes, habitats conforming some land of Korean Peninsula. One of this one, and this also found firstly I recorded in society. This also Nagasaki Nancy's stem cell also. I took them and then I named the species. So this is the result, is not. And so some specialists did figured their fact. I totally make the eco map in this area in Jeju like this. This is a 2011's total maps. This is for not specialists, for the students or some member of a government. They want to conservation this area, and this, I think it is in need because we always estimated when changing slowly, some species or some temporal species disappeared someday, and or some species from the part of the current, warm current crucial, settle down here and blooming. And this may be the one of the nowadays in underwater scenes. So in Fish's case, I recorded long-term monitoring the outlands like some islands involved some southern Japan. You can see this is a tropical species gradually reduced to the north, in Ulan-Tokdo, middle of east, 31% is in tropical species. But in Jeju, about 90% is, over 90% is subtropical or tropical species composed there. Anyway, I just showed some project. Last year, I working in Kiramas in Philippines with the Philippine researchers, Philippine University researchers with them. I talked to some fauna and flora in some sites and making eco map. And some, yeah, this project really is Dr. Lee Yoon-ho, above mentioned. He finished this subject this year. In Korea, underwater ecosystem monitoring also important, but our team also tried to do some study of underwater of some target species ecosystem. And we knew that some target species behavior or ecological characteristics, and suggest to the Korean government, we earned some money for 5 large-scale marine ranching programs and last 15 years. In Pyeongyang marine ranching area, still I'm working in underwater or manage the fish stocks about 20 years. This is using some eco mapping and using some ecological characteristics over fisheries target species. Another using some large project is just started in 2014. My government wanted to be strong countries for using the natural energy, like a wind farm. This is the Deutschland's wind farm. And we just started the wind farm, offshore wind farm stations here. And I suggest our KIOST members suggest the combined fisheries activities with the energies, like something like that. And we just started the pilot scale complex the wind and fisheries farms here. This is last year, the summer, this one platform here. We started to aquaculture in surface layers and oysters or some scallops like this. And then we placed the underwater in aqua facilities in marine ranching program, just like the marine ranching program, by using the artificial leaves like this. Some fisheries species gathered very earlier because of so sanded mud found very wide habitat. And some species gathered in artificial leaves, hard bottoms. So I always analyze our seas and fisheries or oceanic characteristics based from the USA, Philippines, by the Crossshore. Dr. Lee mentioned the Crossshore one current belt from the transverse belt. I perfectly agree. In Korean Sea, very high diversity. I mentioned about the 4 seasons and the 6 or 7 water mesh and current mixed in Korean waters. It means very difficult to understand our sea. And some making food from that combined environment, the government making some big project or long-term project making plan is very difficult. And we also always estimated it from here and here. For example, I suggest that from this current, we make some hot spots for the long-term survey ecosystems characteristics in making database, and we use from that data we can some direction for management of our sea or some Northwest Pacific Ocean environment. That's all. Just I'm sorry, but because I very rapidly prepared this slides and just introduced some method and concept. That's all. Thank you.